When I was little, it wasn't my dream to be a singer, Woozi admits in the starting seconds of 17 Power of Love, the movie, despite his growing infatuation for music in his adolescence. I thought it couldn't come true. Like, this isn't my dream. I denied it. His other bandmates shared their own anecdotes of childhood dreams of music and dance, and similar assumptions that their aspirations were nothing but pipe dreams. But their hunger to be on the stage kept growing regardless, and it eventually led them all to the same place, the halls of Pledis Entertainment, as wide-eyed trainees. As the 80 puts it, should I say it feels a bit like fate? And it may feel like it, but there's no denying the sheer volume of blood, sweat and tears 17 have poured into their work, rightfully brought to the forefront throughout their debut concert film. Touted as love letter in movie form to Carrots, their fanbase, the film takes viewers on a journey through the psyches of one of K-pop's most ambitious acts, featuring one-on-one interviews with the group's members, footage from past in-person concerts, never-before-seen behind-the-scenes clips and more. Over the span of roughly 100 minutes, the film lays bare moments of introspection from all of 17. They reminisce about their upward ascent over the past 7 years together. From their debut in 2015 as scrappy go-getters and their first music show win with Pretty You, the following year, to the brotherly bond born out of adversities over the past decade. The musings of 17 may have shaped the film's core, however they don't offer much undiscovered insight into their inner workings as a team. While their different personalities get to shine through the individual interviews, the film never seems to scratch more than the surface of who the group were as people, at least. It's nothing fans don't already know, aside from their self-evaluations as K-pop idols with a constant need for regrowth. Though, this isn't to say that Power of Love, the movie, lacks poignant moments. At some points, the members all earnestly gush about the indispensable camaraderie they share. They're precious to me. Like a real family, says youngest member Dino, while Jonghan even wonders aloud, should I say we have become more attached? More importantly, the film also lives up to its description as a love letter to fans. Perhaps Woozi words it best. Someone once told me, I found the strength to live thanks to your music. I learned that it works the other way round, too. That's how I feel about our fans. I'm becoming a person that finds the strength to live thanks to them. These moments add some much-needed substance and depth to the movie, though it may have worked best if this openness was more present throughout its duration. The film is undoubtedly heartwarming and nostalgic for Carrots, but Power of Love, the movie, may not be the most optimal resource for casual listeners or newcomers aspiring to get acquainted with the boy band and their history at an intimate level. The movie opts to highlight only select milestones of 17's career thus far, and instead lends majority of its focus to the performances seen at the Power of Love concerts, along with the group's own relationship and sentiments towards their fans. As a result of that focus, the movie acts more like a recreation of the thrilling and exuberant live performances only 17 are able to deliver. It's safe to say that this is the closest we have come to a live concert from the group since COVID-19 dominated every crevasse of our world. Even if it's only to be experienced through a screen, the boy band's spirit and zeal is a strong reminder of what awaits fans on the horizon of the pandemic. The movie has most certainly arrived at a time marked by exciting new endeavors for 17. With the recent release of their first ever English single, Darl Plus Ing, and their fourth full-length album on the way, there are zero signs that suggest the boy band will stop anytime soon. But that doesn't mean their devotion, gratitude, and respect for their fans have ever wavered. If anything, they've only strengthened over time. If there are no Carrots, there is no 17, says John, as Joshua shares his wishes for the audience. I want to tell you all that you're so precious to us. I hope we can all have fun at the concert soon. But until that wish comes true, viewers have to settle for 17's debut concert film, a nostalgic and charismatic testament to the power of love between the group and their fanbase. Features powerful performances, In-depth interviews with the 13 members, and commentaries on their past, present, and future they will create with carrots. Most parents sense that it's better for kids to see bad deeds punished rather than watch characters get off scot-free. Your instincts are right. Whether you have little kids who imitate behaviors they see in movies or older kids who may be testing their own limits. But why? Research has found that kids are more likely to imitate behaviors they see rewarded versus those that are punished. The same is true for behaviors where they see no consequences. Because the lack of punishment, say for hitting someone, is a kind of reward in itself. This imitation can happen through movies and other media, the same as it does through real life. And the more a kid identifies with a character, the greater the impulse to imitate. For little kids who aren't yet able to understand abstract ideas, consequences need to be simple to be effective, such as how sharing with a friend makes her more likely to share with you. As kids get older, their ability to wrestle with conflicting ideas and less clear-cut consequences matures. But it's still important for tweens and teens to see the consequences of truly risky behavior, for example, drug use, aggression, and sex, because of how these issues relate to their lives. Tweens and teens are much more likely to absorb messages when they can see themselves in the characters. Older kids tend to appreciate a light touch with any media that has a message, because it helps them protect their independence. Parents play an important role in helping kids understand the behavior they see on screen. In the absence of parental support, kids who consume a lot of age-inappropriate media that portrays characters getting away with antisocial behavior, such as aggression toward women or other types of violence, may begin to believe such anti-heroes are justified in their actions. Whatever age your kid, co-viewing offers a great chance to talk about issues and share your values. Discussing characters' actions, how they achieve their aims, and what the consequences are can have a significant impact on what a kid takes away from the experience. To be shot almost entirely on location in the breathtaking Cantabria in the north of Spain, a countryside of stunning verdant valleys and abrupt limestone bluffs. 17 tells the story of Hector, aged 17, who has been in a youth detention center for 2 years and is part of reintegration therapy when Oveja the dog is found a home. Hector determines to run away to find him, accompanied by his unwilling elder brother Ismael, who is determined that he doesn't get in trouble because Hector, the synopsis states, is 2 days from turning 18. From then on, any crime he commits will not send him back to the reformatory, but straight to jail. 17 stars Nacho Sanchez, the youngest actor to receive a prestigious Premio Mexstage award in Spain in the role of Ismael. Biel Montoro plays Hector. Sanchez Arevalo commented, "I decided that the best way to move forward was by taking a step back. I discovered my need to go back to the beginning, to the point of departure. But with the experience and baggage gathered along the way, back to the little things which are the ones that interest me. Those small but great everyday stories," he added, "and that is when I realized that I felt a very intimate connection with this story of abandoned dogs lacking any emotional leg, with an imperative need to have a home, to find their place in the world." Netflix's new Spanish original is produced by José Antonio Félix of Tipica Films, which has backed all of Sanchez Arevalo's features as well as Alberto Rodriguez's Marshland and drama series The Plague. The film will simultaneously debut in the 190 countries Netflix is present in. Sanchez Arevalo broke through in 2007 with feature debut Dark Blue Almost Black, an offbeat rites of passage tragicomedy whose visual flair and psychological percipience marked him out immediately. After 2009's Acid Bat, Sanchez Arevalo directed 2 movies, 2011's Bachelor farce Cousinhood and 2013's Weddings at Family United, which won him respect as an adept writer-director of fun comedy dramas with However, enough social point, contemporary reference and psychological observance to appeal to mainstream and more demanding audiences at home and foreign language movie aficionados abroad. Cousinhood grossed $5.2 million in Spain. Family United, $4.2 million. The plot revolves around 17-year-old Hector, who runs away from the youth detention center he's been at for the last 2 years to locate the dog Oveja that Hector met on an animal rescue center. Hector is accompanied by his older brother Ismail, who wants to make sure Hector doesn't get into trouble. To find a shelter dog he befriended, a 17-year-old boy escapes a juvenile detention center and is joined on his quest by his older brother. I like this movie a lot, but the title should have been Oveja Sheep instead of 17. I recommend it to everyone, especially animal lovers, and mostly for the black sheep of the family. Low-budget movie with lots of heart and a message of hope. In the vein of classic coming-of-age films like 16 Candles and The Breakfast Club, The Edge of 17 is a poignant and hilarious look at what it's like to be a teenager today. Growing up is hard, and life is no easier for Nadine Haley Steinfeld, Pitch Perfect 2, who is already at peak awkwardness when her best friend Krista, Haley Lou Richardson, Ravenswood, begins dating her all-star brother Darian, Blake Jenner, Glee. All at once, Nadine feels more alone than ever. With the help of a reluctant sounding board, Woody Harrelson, true detective, she soon discovers that what feels like the end of the world may just be the beginning of growing up. Also starring Kyra Sedgwick, The Closer. See the movie critics are calling an instant high school movie classic. Dave Ehrlich, IndieWire.